race is brought to you by E.F. Goodrich TAs and the new all-weather comp TA. Goodrich TAs, we make your car perform. By Ford and your local Ford dealers. Have you driven a Ford lately? And by Quaker State Motor Oil. The big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
For the first time in HDRA score history, it's the Nevada 500. Hello again, everybody. I'm Marty Reed along with Jerry Garrett. We're in Las Vegas, just the jumping off point for today's Nevada 500. And when we talk about 500 miles, Jerry, we are going to be doing some traveling around this state of Nevada.
Well, Alaskans like to call their state the last frontier, but I think people from Nevada have an argument to call their state the last frontier. We're really going to go out in the boondocks today.
This is a critical stop on the Score HDRA Points Series, the championship battle with only 2 races to go. Very, very crucial at this mark.
Well, there's a big entry here, Marty, because anybody that's got a chance at the championship has to be here. This is a double points race.
Well, stay with us. When we come back, all these teams will have made their way from Las Vegas to the starting line, and that's where we'll join you when we come back for the beginning of the Nevada 500. Just before the start of the race, Steve Martin, you've got a heck of an advantage according to everybody else because you get to go out first and have clear sailing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good advantage. We're not going to have the dust, but I've also got a lot of good guys right behind me. So I'm going to have to be on my toes all the time. They got to fight the dust. We're looking for a good, clean run, and hey, may the best man win. It's a long race.
Just this side of Baker, our truck and trailer evidently developed an oil leak, and the driver noticed the oil pressure dropping off, so he pulled over the side of the road, and before he could get out of the truck, the cab started filling with smoke, and then flames started coming into the cab, so he immediately jumped out, and the truck burnt to the ground immediately, and the trailer was we didn't have our race truck in the trailer. It was full of parts, all of our parts. The race truck was behind and being pulled by another vehicle, and it burnt pretty fast.
Who had the rest of the load? There. Okay, go ahead, let it down. Good man.
This race, I think, is going to be really one of the dustiest, siltiest races we've had in a long time. And I'm certainly not complaining about it, but you've got to be careful when you start charging these dust bowls, because at the mint, you know, there was quite a few accidents from guys charging those dust bowls at 70 miles an hour and not knowing what's in it. And at the start of this race, we're going to have 30 miles of rock, and then we're going to just jump right into those silt beds that I tell you, they just go on and on and on. So the guy's really going to have to be careful not to be overdriving what he can see. When factory teams like Dave's Shop's Ford head to the racetrack, there's a lot more involved than just one race truck for one driver. A lot more. There's this whole semi-trailer full of not only race cars, but race car parts. Enough for almost 3 other race cars. There's another whole race vehicle that he has that he uses just to scout the course ahead of the race. It's called a pre-runner. It's a little more comfortable than the race truck, but just as capable. In a 500-mile race like this, crews have a hard time keeping up with their man on the race course, so they use chase vehicles. These are just 2 of a total of 9 that Dave's shop will be using in this race. And, well, I almost forgot, there's a couple of these radio control vehicles here which keep the kids of all ages in the pits happy while Dad and the rest are taking care of business out on the racetrack.
Extremely important for me to try to finish ahead of Manny Esquerra. Roger Mears, I'll have to let him go if he wants to go out and race, because he's out of the points chase. So he can go ahead and do his thing, but I've got to make sure that I finish in front of Manny. Manny and I are so close in points that it's going to be in the next 2 races whoever beats each other.
Yeah, Marquette's canceled.
it has a lot to do with the personnel that we have and a real good truck. And this year I changed to Goodyear tires, and we can actually go a little bit faster through the rocks. When people slow down, it's a little bit easier to get by them.
Have you had any trouble so far? Any trouble?
Well, I can't hear you, but we seem to be doing all right. A couple of trucks have rolled over back there behind us, and a couple of them had flats. We're just sitting here driving today for quite a while. Once we turn the corner up at Tonopah, we'll start really seeing how the race develops. We'll get after it pretty good then.
Good luck. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
You'll never make it.
drop.
BFG relay, do you copy? This is Simon and Simon 746. BFG relay, you have a record there of the Simon and Simon race channel. I need that frequency, over. 151.835. Can you try and relay that message one more time that I'm stuck on the hill outside of Beatty? I need the four-wheel drive assistance, over.
silver was the reason we're even sitting up on top of this mountain at 6,200 feet, and we're 15 miles away from the nearest water hole. So wherever they found silver, that's where they made the camp. And we're 6,200 feet above sea level. Our population right now is about between 4,500 and 5,000 people. And we're back into the mining business again because Cypress Mines has bought the Anaconda property. So it looks like the mines are going to boom here in Tonopah again. In the 30s, Jack Dempsey was a bouncer here in one of the local bars, a place called the Big Casino. And actually he bounced in 3 or 4 of the bars here in the community. But he was quite a brawler, and at that time he was just getting started, and he had some fights in the local bars. And he also traveled and worked out in some of the other places in rural Nevada, Goldfield, Ely, and some of these places.
Some of the psychics have told stories of ghosts and beings and such. I have never seen them, but things happen over there, and it's kind of exciting. It's almost charismatic. Historically, Goldfield was the largest city in the state of Nevada. In 1909, we had 21,000 registered male voters. We were the largest city. Las Vegas had a population of 200. Gold was the general product. More gold was taken out of Goldfield per ton than any place in the world to date, and we shall rise again.
Driver air. Severe.
Start it up. Run it through the gears.
We're fine. We're going for it. We'll finish.
We're okay.
Any problems at all? Any downtime? Just the car's loosening up, that's all. Other than that, no problems. Okay. We understand you got about a half an hour late.
of the pack really get a problem with it because it's all tore up from all the big trucks and stuff.
Did you expect it to be this smooth a race for your team?
Yeah, we sure did. It's just gone like clockwork.
Because it's been a war for everybody else. Frank Manco ended up on his lid. Robby Gordon rolled his car. There was heavy damage by Jack Johnson in his vehicle. How did you guys manage to go unscathed?
Well, we just got a hell of a driver.
We'll see you at the finish line.
Yeah, we'll just keep our fingers crossed we get there.
Here. Hey, Eddie, get a shitty wrench. Just a small one out of the toolbox.
Well, what kind?
Just a shitty old one that you don't want anymore.
Half-inch small.
Spindle just backed off and took a hike. But my biggest concern is they stopped us for 15 minutes up at the road crossing. They let McMillan go. And he's coming right now. And
Brian, you're only going to have one side front brakes.
I know, that's fine.
But no, you're going to have brakes. I'm making it work.
Okay, hurry up. Let's go. Let's get going.
Come on, let's beat him, guys.
Okay, we're loose. Tape, we need super tape.
We got some baling
right
wire
here,
coming
right
through.
here. Baling wire and tape.
Ed, it's right on the top. It was right on top.
Robby Gordon, Jim Venable. This is Marty Reed. Do you copy?
ESPN talking to 802, over.
Yeah, Jim, listen, we want to congratulate you guys. This has been one heck of a week for you all. Not the kind of day, but you are running in second place right now.
Yeah, we've had a rough day. We rolled it, had a few bad drops, and started, burned our race center down coming. But things are looking good for us right now. We're on it. We're going to try and catch the leaders, over.
How is the truck handling now? Because to tell you the truth, it looks a mess.
The truck's handling very well. It's really running good. I think it's all cosmetic.
Well, you're coming up on your last pit stop, and I know that you want to get set up for that. We'll let you go and talk to you at the finish line.
Looks like we're in first place by probably 25 minutes. We last checked. Well, looks like Roger Mears might be back on our tail, and we got to keep hooking on here. He's out to get that first. I think Manny was out at the beginning of the race, but I think he's back in, but I think he's a little farther back.
Have you had any problems with the truck today? Any problems? Have you had any problems, John?
Second generation.
Oh.
Congratulations.
I tell you, it might be second generation, but first generation saved me today.
Brian, you had a front-running run all the way today, just about, didn't you?
Yeah, I owed all of my guys who worked on the car. I had problems about 100 miles out. About 7 miles out. Front spindle just came off. Hey. Oh, yeah. And it just happened that the Herbst boys had tranny problem, and then we have identical cars, and they were right there. They followed me all the way around today from Beatty, and they were helping out, and they saved my life. We took their spindle off their car, and it helped me get the overall.
Good job, mister. Good job. Nice having you along all day, John. Good job, Scoop. Thanks, you guys. I like you again. Good pits. Good pits. Unbelievable. In and out. I don't even have time to rest. Pop is going, come on, let's go. I mean, that's great.
How'd the race go for you?
Robbie's fire is great. Oh, the race went great. No, we didn't have one flat tire. The only time we stopped was for fuel, and I think we were out every time with a within like 30 or 40 seconds, and shit, we just kind of kept going. Could have lasted all day like this.